Hey, this is Dr. Brett Hill with YourPostureProgram.com. And if you really want to learn how to level up your life, you should be listening to the Time to Shine Today podcast with my good friend, Scott Ferguson. Let's level up.
Hey, Time to Shine Today podcast, Varsity Squad. It's Scott Ferguson, and I have to have some really good posture right now. I'm just kidding, but I just had a fantastic interview that blew my mind with regards to posture. And it's with my good friend, Dr. Brett Hill. He's got a fantastic online program, YourPostureProgram.com, that is, it's next, but nothing better out there. I can tell you right now, I know of one other chiropractor out there that's doing the online thing, but it's not with regards to posture. And Dr. Brett goes really into how posture really is the cornerstone of a lot of your life and how you feel. And he doesn't give you any fluff and stuff. He gives you complete science and exactly why it is. And I have pages of notes on things that I want to implement with myself, even with my coaching clients, with different posture, breathing, and whatnot. So I would probably, if you could watch this, by the way, watch it on Spotify or watch it on YouTube, I would watch it because he gives excellent examples of the stuff that you'll find within their program. And it's just amazing. So without further ado, oh, by the way, hit the subscribe button, please. My sponsors and affiliates do like that. So without further ado, here's my really good friend, Dr. Brett Hill with YourPostureProgram.com. Let's level up. Time to Shine Today podcast, Varsity Squad. This is Scott Ferguson, and I'm reaching north of the border into Alberta, Calgary, Alberta, Canada, to bring on my really good friend, Dr. Brett Hill. And he's going to come across with what he puts out is something that is very unique when it comes to being able to be at home and fix posture and actually fix how you feel about your life. It took me forever to correct my posture, and it's still bad because I still have the rounded shoulders sometimes at my keyboard. But Dr. Brett is reshaping the way people move, think, and feel. He isn't just a chiropractor. He's a trailblazer in posture, movement, and brain health. He founded Xperience Life Chiropractic and created YourPostureProgram.com, which we will dig into in just a little bit. It's an online platform helping people across the globe stand taller, move smarter, and feel unstoppable. Dr. Hill's mission: to empower you to unlock your best self through posture, the foundation of confidence, energy, and presence. His strategies are practical, powerful, and built to fit into real life. Whether you want to look better, feel better, or simply carry yourself like the champion you are, Dr. Hill is here to deliver the blueprint. So let's sit back, break out your notebooks, or just maybe record this or find it on YouTube, because I'm sure he's going to have some visuals for us as well. And Doc, thank you so much for coming on. Please introduce yourself to the Time to Shine Today podcast, Varsity Squad. But first, what's your favorite color and why?
Hey, thanks for having me. My favorite color would be like a bluish green.
Sure.
And I
Almost
guess I've always
aqua?
kind of liked that, but yeah, aqua. And I think part of it is I do a lot of backpacking. So these lakes I go to, the most beautiful lakes I go to are just this like bluish green color that you can see it's anyways, makes me feel amazing.
It is beautiful up there. I know that I think Calgary was in the Stanley Cup Finals this year against this Florida team over here. I'm from Detroit, man. So it's like I'm a Red Wings through and through.
Our rivals, the Edmonton Oilers, but the Calgary Flames did not make it there. But that's
okay. That's what it is. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes, that's right. It was Edmonton. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So we won't go there.
Excellent. So let's go a little bit to your roots. Where did you attend chiropractic school?
I went down to Dallas, Texas.
Wow.
So Parker University in Dallas, Texas. I went to school there. It was great. I was being from Canada and I went to the University of Calgary, my undergrad, and they're looking at the different schools. That one just offered the most. I was like, I want the best. I want the most, and offered a lot of different diversity of learning. The best, when I say the best, there's a lot of different kind of philosophies and avenues with chiropractic, and that one just had a lot of opportunity to learn.
Right. And why, then I'm not saying this in a judgmental way. I'm not saying why, but like, why chiropractic? What really pushed you into that, more of a holistic healing? And also, are you a doctor that also believes when medicine's needed, we use it?
100%.
Okay.
I was actually thinking of going into med school. Growing up, I played every sport I could. So grew up in a small town. I was like, what can I do to use my time? I'll play baseball or badminton or volleyball, football, basketball, like literally any sport I could play, I tried to do. I was really about the body movement, health, but my mom had a lot of health issues growing up. And I thought, I like helping people. I'm going to become a medical doctor. And what I found is some of the chronic things and a lot of the health issues that she was dealing with migraines and autoimmune problems.
Sure.
It was just another pill. It was like, well, take this, we'll try this drug, we'll try that drug. And then it developed other problems because of the drug. And I realized that's not what I want to do to really solve the problem.
Sure.
And so I've got buddies that medical doctors, we have discussions, but if you have a major problem, go to the medical doctor to get that fixed emergency wise, and they're going to take care of you great there. A lot of the chronic problems we see, it's maybe not always, in my perspective, we get stuck on these drugs that manages symptoms sometimes, but the end goal should be how do we get to the root of the problem and help the body heal and do things there. So using a mix there is my philosophy with that.
Okay.
And so that drew me to look at chiropractic a little bit more. My fiance at the time and then wife, she got in a car accident and went to a chiropractor. And he was talking to her about different things and was like, oh, do you have any gut issues or ulcer? She had an ulcer or something at the time. She was like, that's interesting. How did you know that? And I was doing my undergrad at the time and had mentioned, maybe chiropractic. I don't know what I want to do. And he had me come in, talk to me about it, learn a little bit more about how the nervous system can help regulate the body, help it heal when it gets the right information. And it resonated. I went and learned a little bit more, and that drew me to go to chiropractic school.
Wow.
What's interesting with that is going to school, I was like, I just want to learn what's the most impactful thing. I'm going to learn that, bring it back, and just help people in the best way. And I found that wasn't the case. I found there's so many different avenues, different aspects of adjustment styles that you can go to one clinic and think this is how it should be done. And then you go to another one. It's like, is this still chiropractic? And this is frustrating. But it drew me to the neurology, understanding what happens at the neurological level when someone's adjusted or when this muscle's stretched or when this whatever exercise happens. And that's what drew me to impact people a little bit more, having a better understanding of when we move this way, what does it do to our brain and our nervous system? And then how do we adapt that to improve our health overall?
It's almost like you're pulling a lot of kinesiology into it as well, kind of movement of the body and finding the correct. I'm not a big believer in balance. I think that balance is zero, right? I believe more of a harmonic movement, right? Like things are in place. And picture a jazz band, like this part of the body is the drums, the other part's the horns. And if one of them's out of tune, then it sounds like crap. So we're going to have it harmonic. Hence my book coming out, Harmonic Hustle Squad, out there coming in soon. But no, it's with it. It sounds like you like to put the human body into harmony with itself.
In a way, yes. It's more of the nervous system.
Oh, gotcha.
Neuroplastic changes that if we can get that to adapt and that harmony that you talk about. Yeah, neuroplastic changes. That's basically the more we activate the nervous system to make a change, the more it learns new or novel things to have that change. Versus if we do the same things over and over again and expect to get a different result, it's not going to happen. We're not changing that nervous system. And that's really what drew me to develop this posture program. It's more than just sitting up straight. Oh, I got to pull my shoulders back or sit up tall. We found it's not that easy. And when we get down to the root of it, posture is core to our health. And it's really changing that is core to these neuroplastic changes that we do, whether good or bad. You think how many hours are you sitting at a desk all day doing computer work? And most people nowadays, we're driving, sitting at a computer, walking on our phones, looking down. These micro activations really impact that nervous system to adapt to those patterns over a period of time.
Wow.
And we don't realize the impact until years down the road. And it's, wow, I can't move that way anymore.
And I'm really working through it because I really got into this ultra running thing. Like I'm in running trail races that are longer. My body, I had to get more mobility to it. And like with my chiropractor, my movement specialist, Matt Labasco, shout out to him at OS Movement. Like it's really just changing. My body feels like in line and more fluid, like more just kind of like I'm able to flow with stuff. And speaking of that is, doctor, like most people think that posture is just standing up straight, which you mentioned before, right? But you say it impacts the brain, health, and confidence. Can you break down how slouching itself, which I've been known to do because I was a heavy weightlifter, blah, 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 all that stuff. Can you break down how slouching could actually be sabotaging the success in life and in business?
100%. Most of us see it and we think, oh, that doesn't look good, or yeah, that's not great for me. when we go to a deeper level of what's happening, I think it's important to understand what neurologically is happening to our brain, to our body. When we slouch, when we look at the computer, those that may be watching on YouTube will be able to see this a bit, but we're just naturally drawn into whatever we see. So it's easy to drop forward. And as our head drops, we have so much neuro input into our visual, our vestibular system, and our neck spinal system, because there's a ton of receptors right at the base of our skull and in our neck. So when we lean forward, we don't look down. We are still looking at that screen and we just let gravity take us. So we collapse. Well, what that does is it can tighten these muscles at the base of our skull.
Sure.
That these muscles are designed just to keep us kind of level. So we see the world in a level world. And so what happens, these can lead to headaches, tension. It also lengthens these muscles here. We decrease our rib expansion. And that's really important.
For
when
breathing.
we think of the brain, breathing.
Yes. Okay.
Because the brain and nervous system needs three things really to survive. It needs glucose, so good nutrition. It needs oxygen, so good breathing, and it needs activation. So when we're not moving, we're not using it. When we're slouching, we're letting gravity collapse us. We're not using the muscle system to support us. Now we have a decrease in that nerve activation. It shuts down areas called our frontal lobe or prefrontal cortex areas that are always firing just by standing up against gravity. That's why I use a standing desk and I'm standing right now. Every now and then I'll balance on one leg or the other. It fires my frontal lobe, my brain, to activate a lot more versus when we sit, that area shuts down. It can lead to a deactivation others of our brain where now we can be more stressed or anxious because we're not able to reason as well or have that good decision making. So it really impacts how we feel, our energy levels, things like that. I'm sure you've probably heard of or use yourself like a super posture or superhero posture if you're going to do a presentation or something like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, man.
There's a reason for that. We do that to look better, to feel and appear more confident, but it comes across in the way we talk and the energy that we portray. And that's because our physical postural tone automatically changes our mental awareness of our body and ourself. And we can feel it and others can see it in us. What if we change that more than just when we're going to do a presentation and we held that all the time? What difference would we feel or think about ourselves or others would see in us if we could have that awareness?
If you feel good, you want to produce more for yourself, right? You want to live into what you're feeling. Like Deion Sanders, a famous football player, you look good, you feel good, you play good, you make more money. Like the same thing is I do have kind of something I do with my clients where they have to stand like Superman or Wonder Woman, whatever it is, to like really open up that diaphragmatic breathing. But now that I've learned this, I can even add in to what it's doing for the brain function and in moving forward. You built your posture program so people can change their health from legitly anywhere in the world. And squad, hear that? Anywhere in the world, I can put you together with Dr. Brett here. Okay. So what's the biggest excuse you hear from people about why they can't fix their posture, and how do you crush that excuse?
Yeah, I love that question because we're all busy. We'll get people that they start it and they're like, oh, I just didn't have time to do the exercise, or I didn't have time to do this or that. And I say in 5 or 10 years from now, when you're still dealing with these same problems, you're still not having the energy or difficulty lifting up your kids or playing with them on the floor, whatever it is, but you haven't taken the little steps now, it's only going to get worse. If you don't have the time now, you won't have time to do the things you love later.
Exactly.
And so we designed this program to make it simple. In fact, one of the things we have available for people is in 5 minutes a day, just doing some simple exercise to get started. If they do it regularly throughout their day, it makes a big difference because it's something that people just don't have awareness of.
Did you say 5 seconds?
5 minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes.
5 minutes a day doing these simple things. It's all about repetition with it.
Sure.
It's not going to the gym, doing an hour workout. You don't have to really have a ton of time. And I think that's why it's sometimes difficult for people in doing this is they don't take that little bit. They're used to like scheduling out big time in their day to exercise. This isn't necessarily exercising. This is building awareness throughout your day-to-day stuff so that it becomes automatic and becomes part of who you are in everything you do. And so we break that down of just take 1 minute here after sitting for 45 minutes and do one of our exercises, then sit again for an hour, then get up. You think, how many hours are we sitting? If we just do 1 to 2 minutes every hour, that can make a massive difference, and everybody can do that.
I'm sitting right now, okay? And the reason why I am is my desk decided to take a crap, my standing desk. I'm usually, if you look at any of my other videos and stuff, I'm usually standing doing my podcast interviews. But Matt Labasco, again, he's my movement coach here for stuff and what I compete in, whether it's jiu-jitsu or the running. And he says that when I sit for up to 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, the cells in my body start to form to that, to become making it that kind of a habit. He put it in a way more technical way, but that's the way I understand it, is that you're going to get stuck where you are the most. So that's what I'm taking away a little bit from you as well, that get the movement. When you're giving them 5 minutes a day to get started in squad, I talk about morning routines and stuff like that. And 5 minutes is pretty easy to fit into your morning routine. It's not hard at all. I have people that actually I work with, Doc, just for my morning routine, or put them into their morning routine to get them going. And this is going to be very exciting stuff that you have with what you're actually able to offer. You're a pioneer in a sense. Not too many chiropractors are doing this, correct?
Correct. Really, we wanted to create something that was different. And in my practice, in clinical practice, my goal was to just help people in the most impactful way possible, the fastest way possible. And a lot of the things we kept seeing all related when we looked at the root of the problem foundationally. How do we get them functioning better? We weren't focused on, oh, that feels better. Okay, that tissue's moving better. You must be better. No, what at the root is causing this to really be affected? And we found posture was a huge factor, because if we fixed neurologically, we were giving the same kind of exercise things. And some exercises are different than what you might think in what we would give people, where we're doing balance with some movement of one leg or an arm to offset the weakness in the spinal control on the other side.
Counterbalance, is that what it is?
Yeah, we look to see where's that nervous system weak on right or left side. People might have a head tilt, and they might have.
It goes back to neurological. Got it. Okay.
Exactly. And like you said, our body kind of adapts. It forms, those cells form to that. If we're sitting all day using our right arm, leaning forward on that and whatnot, our body adapts to that. Our nervous system adapts to that. And it becomes our new normal. We're sitting there right now. Everyone's, oh, my hamstrings are tight. My hip flexors are tight. Hours on end. That's what your brain is getting feedback loop to say, this is the position we should be at. Shorten the hamstring, shorten the hip flexors. Now that becomes the new normal. So people stand and they're like, oh yeah, at risk of pulling a hammy or something like that when they run, because their brain is used to, this is normal. We're now stretched. We're in a standing position, when in reality, that should be our normal positioning. And so posturally, things change. And so we get them to be aware of these subtle muscles, and we start with the head. The body follows the head in everything you do. So that's why looking at our phones, looking at the computer, when we lean forward, like I was demonstrating, then our core starts to weaken and we start to lean forward in the hips. It's just a natural adaptation to be efficient in our balance system.
Sure.
But in order to correct that, most people use their big muscles to pull everything back.
Sure.
And it's not that simple.
No.
As we were going through and building people up in and doing these exercises, we found we can help a lot more people get results by taking this online. And we have a video call once a week with people on how they're doing, because nobody does the exercise perfectly the first week or two, because they're used to adapting into what they think is normal. And so we correct that, and it helps them to feel, oh, I didn't even know I could move that way, or control those very small muscles. I didn't even know they were there.
I love that you said that.
And that's one thing we hear all the time.
That it's the big muscles. Like if you're to be like, Fergie, stand up straight, I'm pulling all my big muscles back. Right? That there's so many ancillary helpful muscles that are there that are actually being tuned up or put into harmony to work and relieve pain and actually live a better life. You're working in kind of in an industry, Doc, where people want quick fixes. So how do you balance, I'm using that word balance, but how do you balance giving people simple, practical strategies with the reality that transformation takes consistent work? So come to what meeting or kind of discussion you have is like, how does one of those usually go between you and a patient?
And as we talked at the beginning, it's those that are really looking for this change that are going to commit to it, because everybody can improve their posture. Everybody should be focused on the posture, in my opinion, but not everyone's ready to. And if you're not wanting to do something, you're not ready to, you're not going to do it. So we can't force that change. We can't make that change if you're not ready to do it. But that's why we made it as simple as possible. If people just do a little bit here and there each day, and this is something where it's, oh, you're making a sandwich or getting your coffee ready at the morning, we're going to do some balance while we're waiting for that toast to come out of the toaster or your coffee to be ready. We're going to do some things in our day-to-day stuff. Driving in the car, we're going to show you what to do at a stoplight. Pull your head up, push into the back of that headrest a little bit, drive your core back, and feel your shoulder blades come down. So we're using these muscles, and that's something where when we start this program, we start with the head, then we go into the core, then we go into the shoulders. If people just try to go right off the bat and do what I just said of, okay, push my head back, push my butt back and shoulders back, they're going to use all the wrong muscles.
Sure.
But those are some simple ways. And that's why we offer to through the coaching program we do is we work with them once a week to easily adapt these things and click. And then we also, the assessments are really cool because if people don't see results, it's, yeah, I think I'm making progress, but I don't know if I can keep up with this. So we assess them at the very beginning. We assess them in the middle and at the end. And because it's just subtle changes that we're making, they don't notice it day in, day out. Just like when we're sitting at a computer, we don't notice how our posture is taking a toll day in, day out.
Right.
So as we do these exercises and we assess them in the middle, it's okay, we've made some changes, but we still have work to do. And at the end, we can compare these. And we hear all the time, people are like, wow, I didn't feel like I was making that big a change. This is awesome to see. That was a massive difference in only 10 weeks.
Sure.
And it's those little incremental things as we make them accountable, but also have the support there to be like, look at the progress you're making. It's encouraging and it helps us to keep going.
Love it. And if one of my varsity squad out there that's out there is blessed to grow to 177,000 strong. Thank you so much to my listeners and the people that contribute. If someone out there is listening right now and they hunched over their phone, laptop, and they know they feel like garbage, can you give us, and I'm actually going to put this clip into the actual webpage and on Spotify, but one shift that they could make today that would, like, posture shift. Is there something like right now they feel like garbage, something that's like your go-to in like a 30-second elevator pitch, kind of saying like, is there something that's a go-to that can make us actually feel a little bit better in the moment?
You betcha. This is one of the first, similar to one of the first exercises we give that we'll give it in the videos we can give away actually right now. But if you look at me, most people, they've seen these exercises where it's, my head's forward, I got to just tuck this chin back. And they do these. And I got to tell you, that's not comfortable. I don't like it. And it's not normal posture because posture doesn't just go straight forward or straight back. What you want to do is, like, dancers get this. They're told to think of a string, pulling them tall. Most of the time when people think of that string, pulls them up, they lift their shoulders. So what I'd say is think of your head pulling tall with a little bit of that chin tuck so that your ear goes over your shoulder. Take a deep breath in. Think of that being tall and then relax your shoulders. What we want to do is dissociate our whole body movement with our shoulders from our spine. And when our head can pull us up and we just relax the shoulders there, we can realize, man, I'm holding my shoulders all the time. I don't need to be tense all the time. So that breathing, we incorporate that breathing. Think of just pulling tall, pulling the chin back so your ears are over your shoulders, relax the shoulders because it's a lot easier to hold that position. And it's simple,
right?
But if you do that every now and then, it's, I can still be tall and feel confident and feel relaxed at the same time.
Love that. It's funny, if it wasn't laminated, I'd rip it right off of my monitor, the little area. I have EOS, ear over shoulders. It's literally on my computer on the monitor there. And that little lamination's moved since 2007. I was told that. Ears over shoulders, ears over shoulders. I love that. So let me ask you something, Doc. So a little bit about you then. So have you seen the movie Back to the Future?
Yep.
Okay, let's not DeLorean Marty McFly. Let's go back to the Double Deuce, the 22-year-old Dr. Brett. Is there any knowledge nuggets you drop on him? Not to change anything, right? Because your trajectory's been pretty awesome, but to maybe help him shorten the learning curve a little bit, blast through a little bit quicker. What do you think you might say to him?
I think I would say, be humble enough to listen to those smarter than you. I'm pretty driven to do things on my own. Like, I can do this, I can do that. using other people's that know more than me and recognizing, hey, this will help me get there a lot faster, like a coach, something like that. Yeah, don't have to do all those struggles and figure it out all on my own.
So many clues, man. I myself am blessed to stand on the shoulders of a lot of giants. I'm in an NFL clubhouse every Wednesday. I'm in HL clubhouse. I'm working with clients, that I never thought. I used to have mad imposter syndrome, right? But it's the reason why I'm in here and I'm going to like the UFC fights and have clients there is because I stand on those shoulders. I've asked, man. I am so curious. That's my superpower. I mean, even if people are like, dude, Fergie, how'd you do it? But I asked, bro. I got my asking gear, is what I'd say. And that's what I would recommend. I love that you said that. Find someone smarter than you and learn from them. That's beautiful. It's hard when you're 22, brother, because I didn't.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
How do you want your dash remember? That little line in between your incarnation date and your expiration date, your life date and death date. Thank you, by the way, for listening to some of our shows. This is amazing that you took the time to do it because I see you knowing what questions are coming. But how do you like your how do you want your dash remembered, brother?
I do love your show. It's impactful, so I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I guess when I think about what I want to be remembered for, first and foremost, faith in God and Christ.
Thank you.
Second, my family, taking time for my family, there for my family. And I think that's, to me, the most important thing is where did I devote my time? Because that's the one thing we can't buy. That's the one thing we'll never get back. Time's the most important thing.
Yes.
And how do we use that time?
Yeah.
I want to be remembered for making it each moment count with my family, my kids.
Love that.
And those that impact in my work.
So selfless. Christian guy, you're giving. And I just realized something this morning because I'm not afraid of death. It's going to happen. I've had to do the deed in the military. I get what's coming. But I looked at it, and if I was to live until 97 years old, which I plan to live to 100, how do you make God laugh? Tell him your plans, right? So
yeah, that's true.
I only have 2,080 weekends left in my life. You know what I'm saying? It's that time is going to go by, bro. I only have 2,080 weeks left. If I lived to 97, I'm 53. If I live another 44 years, that's not a lot, right? So get the people that I love, that you're Christian, that you lean into family values, and you're here to serve. So what is Dr. Brett Hill's definition of a life well lived?
I think, being intentional with that time we have, because people give me a hard time. I take forever to respond to text messages or this or that. When I get home, a lot of times I don't have my phone. In fact, I'll leave my phone at work sometimes because I'm not on there all the time. When my kids are talking or I'm trying to think, hey, what are we doing? I'm there. I'm present. And I think, that's super important.
You would make a great president, by the way. You just said I'm president. I love it.
No.
I love it. Before we get into what exactly your product is and what we're going to put out to the squad out there, I have to go through a few questions that you and I could talk about each one of them for 5 to 10 minutes each. But today you have 5 seconds with no explanations. You ready to level up?
Oh boy, I'll try my best.
You already took away my first question. Standing or sitting desk? It's right there, dude. That's awesome. Like literally. How about this? If you could fix the posture of any celebrity or world leader, who would it be?
Oh boy. Donald Trump came to mind.
I love it. He does the bad posture. Love it.
Yeah.
What's the best leveling up advice you've ever received?
Boy, go get it. Yeah, don't be afraid.
Love it. Share one of your personal habits that contributes to your success.
Being present with people, putting the phone down, putting whatever away, being present with people and listening.
Dude, it's so rare. And that's so awesome to hear you say that. So you see me you might see me or meet me someday, man. Fergie looks like he's in his doldrums. Is there any book that you read other than the good book that just kind of shift your thinking and you'd hand it to me and say, read this, Ferg?
Yeah. Superculture.
Yeah. Great book. Great book.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The most commonly used emoji, if any, when you text?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Beautiful.
I don't text much, so.
Nicknames growing up?
Super Rook.
Super Rook. Okay. And is it have something to, I'll let you elaborate on this one, but I'm curious. What's Super Rook?
In high school, I grew up in a small town, but in grade 9, I played on the senior volleyball team and the senior basketball team. So I was the only grade 9 on the senior team, and they called me Super Rook because I was not just the rookie on the team, I was the super rookie.
Love it.
So
because you
Yeah.
would not no other freshmen or anything were there. So beautiful.
Yeah.
Any hidden talent or superpower that you have that nobody knows about until now?
I want to do some kiteboarding. I'm an
Okay.
adventure seeker. So like some crazy things,
Come
just
here,
get
buddy.
out,
I got the
enjoy,
rig for you. We'll
try.
go.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Try some new stuff. Yeah.
Love it. Chess checkers or Monopoly?
Monopoly
Beautiful. Headline for your life.
gave his time.
Love it. Go-to ice cream flavor.
Ooh, chocolate chip cookie dough.
All right, very cool. There's a sandwich called the Dr. Super Rook. What's on that sandwich? Build it for us.
Oh man, it's gotta have some bacon.
Oh,
Yeah,
man
it's gonna
candy. All
have.
right, my
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. Pulled pork would be nice.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely some barbecue sauce, some chipotle lime aioli, I think,
Okay.
and some pickles, some banana peppers,
Okay.
for sure, and
Nice.
some cheese.
Beautiful. What kind of cheese would go on it? Like a provolone
Havarti
or
probably.
oh, there you go. Like that. Liking that.
Yeah.
Favorite charity and or organization you like to give your time and or money to?
Recently, the Foothills Hospital, it's a local hospice. I had a buddy that just passed away, and they
Very,
took good care of him.
very good. Very good. Last question. Best decade of music, 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s?
I'm 90s.
90s. All right. Very
90s
cool.
guy. Yeah,
Very cool.
yeah.
Awesome. So how can we find you, Doc?
The best place, yourpostureprogram.com. Right from there, people that opt into our email list, we send out daily like tips, things for posture to help them just do things now to adapt and change. And those that want to get some of those videos that I talked about, just doing those 5 minutes a day things, can go to yourpostureprogram.com/video.
Video?
And
Okay, Squad. If you're watching on YouTube or Vimeo, I have it on the screen now, but you said the /video?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, wow, very good. I'm going to actually put this in the show notes as well because he'll be able to capture your email as well. What I love about your website, though, Doc, is it's not super full of poop. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? This is your website. This is super clean. You're telling us what you can do for us. Awesome. This is
Yeah.
a great website for it, and
Thank you.
it gets the people through. Okay, and a little bit about the program then. So if you they want to opt into your program, and do they talk to you or do you have a team member talk to them, or like how does that work and who are they going to be working with? I heard you say something about possible consultations if they invest in themselves and whatnot.
Yeah, you bet. So it's a 10-week program. The assessment that we do initially, it's a professional assessment we do. You use an app
Okay.
to take some pictures on the front, the side, and then you link it to our clinic. And we will put dots all over that. We're going to have a video call to go over those results and really correlate that to what's going on in your life and things that might be related to the posture, and to make sure that this is a good fit for you.
I love it.
And then from there, we schedule those in. We do have group calls where there might be a few different people in those weekly calls, and that can be myself, Dr. Pirun, or my assistant Juana. She's a lot better looking than me. People might want that one. And
You're a handsome dude, brother. Handsome dude.
Or we do have a one-on-one with myself too. So
Cool.
where I take you through every week, we do that assessment. We have a video call at the end, comparing, going over the results. And there's also easy way people to communicate with us daily if they want, have questions in the communities with that program, where you're going to get the videos, you're going to get access to us anytime you want, really.
Gotcha. Are they able to cross the pay lines through countries and stuff very easily?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, we set it up in US dollars too,
Okay.
as that's more of our markets.
Very good. From what I'm feeling is that it's going to be very worth it, very affordable for the, I guess the lack of a better term, attention that they get. Like they're actually talking to somebody, not send a YouTube and said, here you go. Let's follow this.
100%.
Like you're like this. I mean, do you have videos also? I forgot to ask you that they can kind of reference, or do they just use
Yeah.
what is being taught to them in the moment?
Yeah, no, we have videos that we expect them. They're going to go through that because it's
Beautiful.
going to direct them when we're not there coaching them, to help
Gotcha.
remind them, what does that feel like? What am I actually moving? Because if they try to do it all on their own, it's almost impossible to get the right feeling, because again, they're going to just compensate and cheat. And so that's where those video calls are important. There are a lot of things out there where it's like, oh, do this exercise to fix your posture. It's not that easy because you don't even know what those muscles should feel like. And that's
Right.
where the coaching comes in, and it's amazing. And we're really transforming people, those that have headaches, those that have tension in their neck chronically, that are tired, fatigued. We're taking those people and we're giving them their life. Our clinic here is called Xperience Life because we want people to experience life to the fullest. Part of that, if they get to the root of their problem, fixing their posture, they can do so much more. And whether it be training like yourself in jujitsu or surfing or other things, it really helps strengthen your spine at the foundational level to then weightlift or work out in other ways to build different strength and coordination. But it really gets to the root of people's problems and it makes a big transformation for them.
I love that you're saying it because it's a big believer in hybrid training where cardio is very important, but also elasticity, plasticity, neuroplasticity, like all of that is, the weights, like everything just it should be a hybrid of a little bit without confusing things too much. And you take the posture part, the alignment part, and make it easy for the people. And I absolutely love that. So, Doc, as we let you go, please do me a solid and leave us with one last knowledge nugget that the squad out there can take with them, internalize, and take action on.
Yeah, I would say, where do you want to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Who do you see yourself as? Take those little steps, take that little bit of time, that intentional time to make small changes now that will affect you in a huge way later on. Because like I said, that time we can't get back. That time, take that little bit of time to just look at your kid and listen to them, or to really be intentional with what you're doing. And whether it be your health, and that's why we do the POSH program. We really want people to live a full, whether it be with your loved ones, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be a big grand thing. Take those little bits of time, those add up and are really meaningful day in, day out.
I love the compounding that you're mentioning. Squad, again, like we talk about a lot here on Time to Shine Today, is that inch by inch, it's a cinch, right? By the yard, it's hard. And what I'm taking away from Doc here is the yard is if you don't do anything, you're going to be sicker further on down the line. Like he really broke it down into glucose, oxygen, and activation. A lot of people know about the glucose, the energy, the oxygen, we have to have that, but the activation of the body is very important. If you're out there and you might be an expert, be humble enough to listen to what's going on here, because I mean, it's changed my mind on a couple things with regards to movement. And actually he said something about pulling the shoulders back a different way, where lifting up at the top and then pulling it back, where you're much more in harmony by doing that. He wants you to be really intentional with the time that you have on this earth. And that, I just see Doc like planting trees here that he's never going to sit in the shade of. I think he's really on to something here that is really going to level up the masses. So again, I want you to go to their website, thepostureprogram.com, or if you need me to put you in touch with them, 561-440-3830. And I'm also willing to put up a scholarship for a portion of the cost of basically taking your life to the next level. So if you're interested in it, call me 561-440-3830, and we'll talk about that. And I'll put you in touch with Dr. Brett Hill and his team over there as well. So Doc, thank you so much for coming on. You've earned your varsity squad letter here at Time to Shine Today. Thank you. Thank you again, brother. And I look forward to carrying on this conversation in the future.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, Scott. Thanks for what you do and what you promote and put out there. It's great. Love it.
Appreciate you. Chat soon. Bye now.
Thanks.
Hey, thanks so much for listening to this episode of Time to Shine Today, proudly brought to you by Inlet Properties and Investments. If you are a business owner or professional who would like to be interviewed on the Time to Shine Today podcast, please visit timetoshinetoday.com/guest. If you like this episode, please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, YouTube Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. There's a link in the show notes to our website. Also, there you will see our recommended resources. We hope you will help support our show by supporting them. If you like what you have been listening to, it'd be great if you could give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe while you're at it. I'm your host, Scott Ferguson, and until next time, let's level up. It's your time to shine.